again, welcome in to our Fall 2024 virtual graduate open house at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. This is our Educational Studies program session. I am Anthony Mangar. I'm the Assistant Director for Recruitment in our School of Education. I'm a proud alumnus of one of our master's programs here in the School of Education, and I've been here for about 2 years working alongside our fabulous admissions team and our academic program directors to administer these programs to all of our students here. I'll pass it on to my colleague Cheryl to introduce herself, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
It wasn't going off. I'm Cheryl Hugo, graduate admissions counselor. I'm here to answer any questions. If you want to email me, you can at soeinfo@lmu.edu. I'm the one that answers those. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. We have a very short formal presentation here on our Educational Studies program. As you'll see throughout this presentation, it's a more flexible general education program. It does not provide a teacher, administrator, counselor credential. It's a general education master's program. That's a 30-unit program. So if you're looking for something more in the realm of getting a teaching credential or school counselor or administrator's credential, Educational Studies program might not be the best for you. Seeing as though it's one of those more general programs, we have a very short formal presentation, and then we'll open up the floor for specific questions. Cheryl, as she mentioned, is here to talk more about the admissions piece. And our academic program director for this program, Dr. Annette Pijuan Hernandez, sends her regards as she is traveling for work and is unable to be here today. So I'll go ahead and do my best to go through this presentation. LMU School of Ed is definitely the place to be. We'll talk about the Ed Studies program a little bit. What does the graduate application process looks like, contact information, and then we'll get right into it for your specific questions. So who are we as a School of Education? We say we form extraordinary educators who become fearless trailblazers in your desired field. So I like to think of it as our mission is to serve three overarching kind of professionals in the education field. We cultivate teachers, leaders, and school leaders, and mental health professionals, which includes counselors, mental health counselors, school counselors, and school psychologists. And we send them out to ignite changes in schools and communities to foster a more just and inclusive world for all populations that we serve. Who are we by the numbers? Some of our facts and figures. We're the first School of Education in California to receive CAPE National Accreditation. We're number 2 Jesuit School of Education in the country, and there's 27 of those in the country. So we're in the top. We're number 2 private school of education in the state of California. Number 7, top 10, we're in the top 10 schools of education in the state of California. There's quite a few of those. And then we're 71 in the country. So we're in the top 5%, more than 1,500 schools of education nationwide that have established themselves as a school of ed in a university or college. What does our Educational Studies program look like? So this is a 2-year hybrid program. There's 30 units. Like I mentioned, it's maximum flexibility in terms of how you select your coursework, what's required, and what's considered electives. And you'll see that as we go through this presentation. Courses are centered on your goals and objectives, again, reflecting this notion of maximum flexibility. It's designed for you to design your own career path in the realm of education. Choose from a selection of classes offered across 3 SOE departments. So as I mentioned in our mission, we have teacher preparation, we have educational leadership, and we have mental health courses, which encompasses school counseling and mental health clinical counseling. So you could choose from those for your electives. You can take 2 courses outside of the SOE, though there are some disclaimers with that. That must be done in consultation with your academic advisor. You do not earn a teaching credential in this program. Your teaching credential is not required to join. And at the completion of this program, you also do not earn a teaching credential. We have a dedicated academic advisor to help navigate you through successful completion of the program. It's designed around your full-time working schedule. It's built for working professionals. So you have evening classes Mondays through Thursdays, 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., most of which are offered online on Zoom in a kind of a hybrid format. So some synchronous, some asynchronous. And we have fall, spring, and 2 summer terms. So your fall and spring terms are 16 weeks when you're completing the coursework. Classes meet once per week. And in your summer terms, there are 6-week courses, which means you will meet twice per week in those classes. So that's kind of a intro into what the academic schedule will look like in each of those semesters here at LMU. This is just the coursework kind of overview. Won't go too much in detail with this, but there are 4 required courses that are called core courses in this program. They're listed here. And then your 5 additional electives, which are 3 units each, are then chosen from the other departments in the School of Ed. So you can take a mix and match of courses in leadership and admin, specialized programs in professional psychology, which is our counseling and school psychology programs, in the Department of Teaching and Learning. And then this program culminates with an educational studies capstone project, like a mini research project that will present to the program director and a panel of professors from the School of Education to kind of culminate this program, so you can be awarded the Master of Arts in Educational Studies here at LMU. Your elective courses can be designed in these areas with the 3 units per course each. You have 5 of those. You can design a digital learning concentration, which we already have. You just take those courses in this program: language and culture, integrative studies, policy and administration, social, emotional, and cultural learning, special education. You can even do wellness and counseling depending on the elective courses that you choose. Again, this is a flexible program in which you can design your pathway to meet your career and professional needs. What does the application process look like? So apply for the spring semester. The deadline is November 15th. Summer, March 15th, and for fall, June 15th. You have the LMU graduate application, which is housed online at graduate.lmu.edu/apply. There's a $50 application fee. You have to enter your recommender's name and email addresses for 2 letters of recommendation to support your application process. The statement of intent, which is like a personal statement that is 3 to 4 pages in length. There's a prompt provided in there in the application for you to respond to those questions. And then you have to submit your current resume along with these other requirements. Then, of course, most importantly is your official transcripts from every college or university where you earned or anticipate earning your bachelor's degree. Those can be delivered electronic to graduate admission at lmu.edu, or you can also mail in the hard copy to this address. And all of that is found on our graduate admissions website. So what does the admissions process look like? You apply online by March or June, depending on when you are applying for, what semester, is it summer or fall? We receive your application. Cheryl does the first read on the Ed Studies applications, and then that's the admissions, SOE admissions. Then she forwards it to our academic program director and the department to review the application. There is an invitation to an interview if you're eligible. The admissions decision is then made, and that decision is communicated to you by our central graduate division office. Then upon acceptance, you are connected to an academic advisor who walks you through your enrollment processes and what courses to register for, and you work with your academic advisor to plan out your 2 years in terms of what your pathway is going to look like based on your chosen concentration. For additional information, as Cheryl mentioned at the start, you can reach out at soeinfo@lmu.edu. Follow us on our SOE socials at LMU SOE. And that brings us to kind of the end of the formal piece of this.